This is the story of Christa Pike, the only woman sitting on Tennessee death row. For almost 3 decades, she's been locked away, but recently her name is back in the headlines. In 2025, the Tennessee Supreme Court officially set her execution date for September 30th, 2026. So what's really happening now? Let's break down her case, what led her here, and what's changed since her conviction. It all started in 1995 when Christa Pike was an 18-year-old student at Job Corps in Knoxville, Tennessee. She was dating another student named Turdurl Ship, but when Christa got jealous of a girl named Colleen Slimmer, things turned deadly. Christa believed Colleen was trying to flirt with her boyfriend. That jealousy turned into rage. Colleen was lured into a secluded area near the University of Tennessee agricultural campus by Turdurl Ship, Shadala Peterson, and Christa Pike. There she was beaten, slashed, and had a pentagram carved into her chest. However, when police caught up with Christa, they found a piece of Colleen's skull in her jacket pocket, a detail that shocked everyone and sealed her fate in court. In 1996, Christa Pike was convicted of first-degree murder and conspiracy. Her boyfriend, Turdurl Ship, was 17 at the time and received life with the chance for parole. But because Christa was legally an adult, she was sentenced to death by electrocution, becoming the youngest woman in America to receive a death sentence at that time. Since then, Christa has spent nearly 30 years on death row, and she's the only woman there. That means she's lived near total isolation. For decades, she had no cellmate, no social interaction, and very little human contact. Her attorneys argued that this was basically solitary confinement, cruel and inhumane treatment that broke her mentally. Recently, Christa actually reached a settlement with the state of Tennessee. Now she's allowed more human contact. She can work prison jobs, eat meals with others, and take part in limited programs. A small change after years of silence and loneliness. In 2023, her legal team tried one last move. They filed a motion to reopen her case, arguing that a Supreme Court decision called State versus Booker should apply to her sentence. That case said automatic life sentences for juveniles were unconstitutional. Christa's team argued that even though she was 18, her brain was still developing, but a Knox County judge denied the motion, ruling that Booker only applies to people under 18. In 2024, her attorneys appealed to the Tennessee Supreme Court. That appeal was denied too. And after that, the court scheduled her execution for September 30th, 2026. If it goes through, Christa Pike will be the first woman executed in Tennessee since 1937. Her case continues to divide people. Supporters say her abusive childhood, mental illness, and young age should be enough to spare her life. They point out that her co-defendant, Turdurl Ship, who is just a year younger, could one day walk free. Turdurl Ship went up for parole earlier this year. It was denied. They told him to come back in 5 years and try again. But others argue the crime was far too brutal to show mercy. They believe the punishment fits the crime and that justice has been delayed for nearly 30 years. After all this time, Christa Pike's story is still one of the most haunting in Tennessee's history. Some see her as a jealous killer. Others see a damaged young woman shaped by pain and trauma. Now, with her execution date set, the question is whether Tennessee will actually carry it out or if another legal twist will change her fate again. Colleen's mother would really like for Christa's execution to go through. She stated that her daughter cannot truly rest in peace until the piece of skull that is in evidence is returned back to her daughter's body. And what do you think? Should Christa Pike's sentence be carried out or should her life be spared? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more stories like this from prison walls to reality TV, make sure you subscribe. Until next time.